Good afternoon.
I'd like to buy a horse.
I'm glad to hear it. We're badly in need of selling some. Have you looked them over?
Not yet.
Then go and have a look at... Good luck then.
Do you need a hand with anything around here?
I certainly do. After what happened, I don't know where to begin. Throw out everything that's burnt, hire new stable boys. But why bother? There's just no point anymore. Especially since no one will buy from me. Our best customer was Sir Divish of Talmberg. He paid handsomely for our horses. But now my husband is... Now he's been murdered. His lordship has stopped buying. Although we still breed excellent steeds.
Then why would he stop buying from you?
I don't know really. But maybe you could find out? Take our dabbled grey and show him to his lordship. He's a fine steed. A bit of a devil, but fast as the wind. That ought to convince Sir Divish.
Why me? Why not go yourself or send a stable boy?
I need all my stable boys here, and besides, you've got his lordship's ear, so I'm sure I can trust you.
But how? Do you want to race?
Race? I can't go running around like a March hare just to win some custom. I've got my dignity.
No, not you. A horse race. The winner will determine who Sir Divish buys from.
Ah, I see. And I was afraid I'd have to try and outrun people half my age with these old aching knees of mine.
All right, I'll go and ask Sir Divish. Maybe I can find out what's going on.
That would be very kind of you, lad. Please send him my respectful greetings. May the Lord watch over you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn! Ah! Are you blind, for Christ's sake? There's people walking.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
God almighty, here again.
Have you got any work that needs doing?
Not much. Unless you're not averse to a bit of risk.
How do you mean?
As you can see, I tan hides. I can only buy them from the master huntsman, and he never gives me enough. I'd hunt them down myself, only he keeps a close watch on me. But you now...
Well, I don't think the master huntsman would be any happier about me hunting on his preserve.
He wouldn't, if he caught you at it. Look here, I'll pay a good price for whatever you bring me. And sometimes I have to fill an order and I need something in particular, in which case I would pay you extra. And if you help me out a few times, I might be able to teach you something useful.
Couldn't you use some hides?
I need the hide of a sturdy roe buck. There's a wealthy merchant after one to hang on his wall. As if anyone would believe he bagged it himself. Goodbye.
Yeah.
to ride a horse, idiot.
This one is from Neuhoff. Take good care of him for me.
Greetings. What do you need?
My lord, I bring greetings from Smill's widow, Zora, mistress of the Neuhoff stud farm.
Zora. The poor woman, to lose her husband in such a terrible way. How can I help her?
She sends her respects and would like to ask, if you don't mind, why you stopped buying horses from her.
I take my horses from Uzits now. It's no reflection on Zora or her people, but it was clear to me after the tragedy at Neuhoff that the stud farm would never recover. I'm not inclined to buy my steeds from a stud farm run by a woman. You can understand that, can't you? Being a stable master is a man's work.
Her horses! They're beautiful, powerful animals, my lord. Impeccable hooves, strong teeth, clean ears. You certainly won't get any better from Uzits.
You do seem to know a great deal about horses. If what you say is true, then I have an idea. We'll hold a horse race, and whoever's horse fares better, that's who we'll buy from. I hope you will carry the Neuhoff colors.
It looks that way. I've already bought the horse.
Splendid. Tell my stable master about my decision. Meanwhile, I'll send word to the riders from the other stables around. Let's make a proper show of it. Take care.
How come you're wearing such fine armor? Is there a joust happening?
Sir Divish has sent me about the race.
Race?
Yes, I'm to tell you he wants to arrange a horse race. He will send word himself to the other stables and riders in the area.
It's true no one's raced the Talmberg track for ages. And the folk around here could use a bit of excitement. But what's your part in this?
Actually, Mistress Zora sent me. She wants his lordship to start buying her horses again.
Zora? She's from the Neuhoff stud, ain't she?
Yes.
I hope with all my heart you win. After what's happened to Zora, she deserves some luck. Do you know the rules of the race?
I don't.
We'll tell you before the start of the race where the poles are and what order you have to reach them in. There's no set course. You can take any route you want. Knowing the lie of the land is very important. You must take a ribbon from each pole, and once you have them all, you can ride back. If you're the first one here, then you win. Got it?
I understand.
All right, but a race like that will take some time to arrange. Bring the dappled grey tomorrow to the gate of the Outer Bailey at noon. The start will be there.
All right, thanks.
Good luck, then.
You? What do you want from me?
Can you teach me how to defend myself better in combat?
Are you pulling my pizzle? You want...
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
welcome you all to the great Talbert, where the best steeds and riders in the land will compete to see whose costume, fate, and fortune won't decide the winner here today. Horsemanship, knowing the lay of the land, and quick wits will bring victory. But I won't hold you up.
Yeah. Ow! Learn how to ride a horse, idiot. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Ah! Watch where you go, you. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And here's our champion. A very impressive rider. True. And on a horse from Neuhof. It seems I'll have to reconsider where I get my horses from.
Are you going to buy from Zora then?
I'd be insane not to. You've proven to me the exceptional nature of her horses. Please send her the news with my greetings.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you. I'll pass your message on to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That race, it was quite something.
So the race is over? Tell me, please, how did it go?
Not good. Terrible. Atrocious, really. Zora, prepare for the worst.
Mother of God, what am I to do?
Alas, you'll need to begin anew. Because Sir Divish wants to buy your horses.
Why, I ought to wring your neck, you rat. That's not the kind of joke you play on a woman of my age.
Congratulations, Zora.
Thank you, lad. Now how can I ever pay you back? Wait, I've got it.
You'll get the best saddle to be had in the whole province. Smil had it made in Kuttenberg.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's you I owe thanks to. Take care.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah!
I feel quite hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. God be with you, good sir.
I feel a lucky throw coming my way. How about you?
So, bring it on.
Ah, it's not so bad after all.
That'll do me.
Use your head, man. You'll lose everything.
What the hell's with these damn dice?
Tankard of ale for me.
That's all.
My pleasure.
Should I? Shouldn't I? No, I daren't. Finished. Better look at last.
I've only got 2 hands.
Tankard of ale for me.
Melikar, where's the captive? What happened?
He died, Henry. That's what happened.
And where's his body?
We threw him down a pit behind the village there by the stone cross. Why?
It's just that he might have had some clue to my investigation on him.
We drew lots to see who'd have to bury him, so you can be sure nobody went through his pockets. But if you plan to grope about his corpse, and keep well away from Merhead after.
Understood.
May the Lord watch over you.
Yeah. Yeah.
The stone cross. It's buried here somewhere. The stone cross. It's buried here somewhere. A letter? That's odd. He doesn't look like a scribe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
I've returned from Merhoyed, sir.
How does it look then?
Half the village was struck down by the sickness. I don't know what to do about it except pray.
That's terrible news, Hal. I wish there was something we could do to help them. What about the captive? Did you question him?
He was infected too.
I see. Did he survive?
No, but even dead he was of some use. It seems that bandit was a messenger. He was carrying a letter.
That's interesting. And what's in the letter?
Take a look for yourself, sir.
The names of the sender and recipient aren't written there, just the initials S and T. Seems to have some quarrel between them. This S person is threatening to finish with counterfeiting. Apparently, there's some German knight on the trail of the merchant Menhart. At the time the letter was written, the knight was in the tavern in Sasau asking about him.
That sounds like a promising lead.
You go to Sasau and find out what you can about this foreign knight. If he really is following Menhart, then he must know more than we do.
Very well, sir.
Don't go yet. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. See you later.
You haven't disappointed me. Nothing against Bernard, Robard, or any of those others. But none of them could find out as much as you. At least not without beatings and torture. And that doesn't always work. You're a godsend, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Now go and find out who's behind everything, and then we'll deal with them.
Yes, sir. Sir.
What is it?
Sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
It's a hard question. I'm no theologian. But long ago I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is that it's all a trial. Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, just look at the pampered ones who have no concerns in life, like young Lord Capon, for instance. I shudder to think how he will rule when his time comes. Tribulations spawn in life over and over again, and we must stand our ground and face them. So, I go to Sasso and solve this one.
You can rely on me, sir.
Good luck, son.
So, it's all clear to me now.
What is? Who are you? You've no business here.
I'm Henry, and I was expecting to find you here.
What? How could you...
Sir Divish's locator went missing around these parts.
Well, it seems like he's all out of luck, don't it? Divish ought to have sent someone better than you to parley.
He didn't send me to parley, he sent me to deal with it.
Deal with it? There's plenty of us, and you're on your own. So I'd think twice about how you're going to deal with that.
I reckon you ought to take what you can while you can, before Sir Divish turns up with his cavalry. It's enough to keep you drinking for a month.
And whoring. Ha ha! I knew this would be a fine trade. That fella's in the tent over there.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you, and it looks like I arrived just in time.
God's truth.
I'm Henry of Scallis.
My name is Marius Vile, Master Locator. Sir Divish sent me here to survey the area.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way, so we can go and report to him, right?
Not just yet. Those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived. And so far, all I've seen is the inside of the tent they tied me up in. I still have a job to do. Come along with me, if you like. We'll report to Sir Divish afterwards.
I'll escort you then. At least I can make sure you don't get caught again.
What? Are there more of those bandits around?
No, I just meant... Never mind. Should we get going?
Be nice and prominent. It's on the hillside, so the foundations will stay dry. It can have its own little square, close to the church. There's no better site here. The church is still standing. Good. Good. Whoever built it did a good job. Considering how old it is and what it's been through recently, it stood up well. It won't be an easy job to fix, but it can be done. Timber alone won't do, though.
Damn.
We could fit at least one tradesman's shop here. Maybe a baker's? There's quite a lot of space here. It just needs clearing thoroughly. Then we could even fit stables here. Main approach road in the stream. This bridge needs reinforcing. It won't last long in this condition. I reckon it would make sense to build a weir over the stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source. supplies and trade will flow through here. I can't even see past the trees and ruins whether there's room for anything there. But at least the trees are strong and healthy. All we need is a few good woodcutters, and we won't have to bring in any timber from elsewhere. Stone foundations. They'll come in handy. We're close to the stream. Lots of space here. There's a well here already. All the better. Big space, clean water, close to the village green. Good site for an inn. That's that then. The essential surveying is done.
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it, which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved. It'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole settlement.
Oh, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divish?
My way. I'll head to Talmberg right away. But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It shouldn't take us long. My lord, welcome to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in part to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, lad, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I did my best, sir. Oh, they were demanding a ransom, so I paid it on the spot, rather than risk Marius's life.
We really shouldn't succumb to the demands of such vermin. On the other hand, no doubt you judged the situation wisely, and I'm glad Marius is alive and well, and can continue his work. So you're out of pocket then?
Yes, sir, but that's not important.
Nonsense. Here, this should cover it. Let's get down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Pribyslavitz in?
Sir, in my official capacity as locator, I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Pribyslavitz may be renewed. And indeed it offers prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid. Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church. I'd like to preserve the existing one.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better condition than we anticipated. But extensive reconstruction will be required.
That's to be expected.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are abundant woods around. Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right away.
Right now, I believe we're standing on the village green, aren't we?
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise at least 6 large buildings to begin with. We can't fit any more than that here, so there will be other buildings away from the square, in particular more extensive structures.
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd find so much space here in the middle of the woods. The building work we're about to engage in is only the first part of my plan. Later, we'll clear more forests for agricultural land and build more farmhouses. But for now, we'll have to focus on more sensible goals.
As you wish, my lord.
Rebuilding a whole village must cost the king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing and trading, it will be necessary to invest a certain amount of capital.
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some thousands, even tens of thousands of groschen.
That much? I hope you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price, but raising a settlement from the ashes you see around you is a costly business. Nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all goes well, the investment shall all come back to you with interest.
I hope I shall live to enjoy it, Master Marius.
A village isn't a village without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for building will need lots of labour. Where can we find so many people, sir?
You sound skeptical, lad, but it's a good question. I've already given it some thought. I've agreed with Radzig and Hanish that we shall make an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help with the construction, which will bring them many benefits, but also obligations. In addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors, more than a makeshift camp by the castle walls.
They'll be delighted, sir.
A splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about how to bring settlers here, but now it seems there will be no shortage of new inhabitants after all.
It seems things are finally looking up. We routed the bandits in battle, and Henry took care of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far as I'm concerned. All we need is people and the necessary funds. And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the interim.
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers and its citizens.
True. First things first. Since you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems, and you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of bailiff of the hamlet of Pribyslavitz, in my domain.
My lord, it's a great honor. Thank you.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now, with the province in chaos. So, you'll have to cover the cost for the building work from your own purse.
Me? But Marius said it would cost a fortune.
True, but from what I hear, you know how to get your hands on coin enough. So, I expect you'll manage it just fine.
I'd like to know who's been spreading such gossip.
And I am assigning you certain specific tasks. You must ensure the rebuilding of the church. That means complete reconstruction, wall paintings, and a new altar. See to it that in the future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years, and you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for the job, sir? It's a lot of responsibility.
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it. I'll assist you and supervise the construction work.
Phew. All right, then.
So, we're agreed. You'll give this document to the Rattay bailiff. He'll make the announcement to invite settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff will be announced.
I Don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Henry. And now I must get back to my duties at Townburg. Send word when everything is prepared.
Certainly, sir. Have a safe journey.
Farewell, sir.
Yeah.
Don't you feel hot under all that iron?
Wouldn't you like to take a stroll somewhere?
I'd love to. Henry, do you think sometimes about how it was in Scarlet?
How do you mean?
Back then, before everything. When I was taking care of the hens at the mill, taking Sammy his lunch at the mines.
It seems like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
In the summer, I always took my shoes off and walked barefoot the whole way. And when it was really hot, I'd stop at the stream and stick my feet in the water for a while.
I had to make do with the tub in the yard when I was helping Pa in the forge. You know how hot it gets there in the summer? I always sneaked off if I could, even though I knew Pa would tan my hide when he came home.
I remember that. He was always looking for you all over the village, but you'd be hiding somewhere with Fritz and Matthew. Me and the other girls used to follow you secretly, but we never told your Pa where you were. And when he gave up looking for you, the three of you would go off to the woods to beat each other with sticks.
Yeah, we were playing at being knights. Jesus, I used to get black and blue from it. I can still feel some of the blows that big ox Fritz landed on me.
No more playing at nights. Now you're practically a real one.
Now I'm no knight.
You are, though, as chivalrous as they come. You saved my life.
Well, if you want to look at it that way, then you're a knight too. After all, you saved my life.
Henry, a girl can't be a knight.
But she can save lives just as well.
Oh, who wouldn't save a little lamb like you? I must go, Henry. Take care.
How are you?
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, we can try it.
What about this?
We're getting there. Just drop the price a bit more.
I'll go for that.
fresh bread. Bread. Carrots and apples.
I have a document for you from Sir Divish. It concerns the renewal of Pribyslavitz.
The village you drove those bandits out of?
Very same.
So it's true then? Good. Good. Let me see that document then.
Here it is.
So what have we here? It says I should announce that anyone interested may move to Pribyslavitz to live and work. And Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush also give their consent. In that case, let's not waste any time. Come along with me.
Take care.
Garlic, onions, mushrooms and asparagus.
Come
You'll
right
find
up.
it
No
nowhere
need
else.
to be shy. Cucumbers, lovely cucumbers, asparagus and prunes.
Bread, rolls, buns, and pretzels for you.
God save you, Henry.
Hear ye, hear ye. It is hereby announced, in the name of Sir Hanush and Sir Divish, that you, the citizens of Ratai, as well as those who have found temporary refuge here, are permitted to move to the hamlet of Pribyslavitz to the north of Talmberg Castle, wherein you shall be vouchsafed a new life and new dwellings, providing that you shall contribute to the renewal of the hamlet. All those who choose to accept this offer shall be exempted from payment of taxes for a period of 5 years. They shall be permitted also to make use of timber from the surrounding woods and water from the streams. The hamlet of Pribyslavitz lies in the domain of Sir Divish of Talmberg, and all who settle there shall be duty-bound to him. It is furthermore hereby announced that Henry of Skalitz is appointed to the administration of Pribyslavitz and the office of bailiff therein, which office and privilege have been conferred upon him by Sir Divish for loyalty and services rendered. I would therefore recommend that our Skalitz friends consider this offer very seriously, as nothing better is likely to come your way anytime soon.
Now, can't just expect me to walk into the middle of a battle.
What battle? Sigismund Scotland?
Well, maybe so, but the land's still full of ruffians, and I'm not... I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
I think I have something that belongs to you. I found it in Skalitz.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. I made a mistake. Sorry.
Take care.
Nicely. something's taken a fancy to some of my apple trees.
You don't say? What's that then? Fruit?
Welcome back. What news from Ratai?
Well, the bailiff read Sir Divish's decree, and now I'm officially bailiff of Pribyslavitz.
Then allow me to congratulate you. What will be your first step?
First, actually, I'm not quite sure. What would you recommend?
As it happens, I already sought a few things in your absence. You might have noticed that the first people have come from Ratai.
Yeah, I saw some heading here right away.
So when they arrived, I was able to start clearing building plots with them. After they'd erected some temporary dwellings, that is.
So we're ready to get things started?
As long as you know what you want to build, I can show these new people what to do. We'll be building on the sites we've measured out. You can go and look them over first, if you like.
I'll do that. I'll see what's going to be built where.
Nevertheless, I doubt you'll be able to figure that out just from looking at the sites.
How do I choose what to build where?
I've already given it some thought on your behalf. I even wrote it all down in the accounts ledger. Everything will be recorded there. I'll make a note of every change as we proceed.
Thanks. That'll be a big help. And where can I find this book?
It will always be kept at the Rat House.
Well, there's nothing here, so we'll have to build everything. Ale house, bakery, butchers, rat house. Did I mention ale house?
Eventually. But be warned. To begin with, it's always best to start with facilities that will be producing construction materials for everything else. And since we'll mainly be using timber, it makes sense to set up a woodcutter's camp.
All right. And then what?
That depends. Every building has its use. You'll soon get the grasp of it. and it's all in the ledger.
What about the workers' wages and buying materials for artisans?
The money must be put in the trunk here. The expenditures for wages and materials will be taken from it, so you should keep it topped up to prevent delays. It reminds me, there's the matter of my own pay to be resolved.
Yes, of course.
Sir Divish guaranteed me a fixed income. What's more, this job is an exceptionally big one.
I see. But how much are you thinking?
I have a record of payment here somewhere. Here it is. Let's say 1/4 more than that.
Well, as you said yourself, it's just a continuation of your work for Sir Divish, so I see no reason to change the conditions now.
Even though it's much more work and responsibility, you can't be serious.
All right. This amount ought to correspond to your work.
It seems we understand each other. I agree.
Good. I'll put your wages in the trunk, too. Are you sure it's quite safe?
Quite. Only you and I shall have a key and access to the trunk. Besides, we'll have guards on watch here.
That's reassuring.
That's about all to begin with. If you need any more details, I'll be happy to explain things to you.
So, how am I doing with the village?
Let's see. You're still far from having the income you need to make the village prosper. Well, the village isn't ready yet for the expansion Sir Divish is planning. The church is still in ruins. Doesn't create a good impression. We're on the right track, but we haven't reached the end yet.
All right, I'll get stuck in. I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
Let's start repairing the church.
It's impossible. Check what you need in the ledger.
I'd rather not build it. I want to build some.
Certainly.
We'll need woodcutters to ensure timber supplies for building.
It's impossible. Check what you need in the ledger.
I'd rather not. I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
I'd rather not build anything just now. Could you explain? What are my duties as bailiff?
As bailiff, you must see to it that the village grows and prospers. You'll have to resolve disputes between citizens and decide what I should have built. The coin for it will come from your own purse. Basically, you'll have to keep the whole locality under control, but you can't just do whatever you like. Which means that if the folk here are unhappy, word will soon get to Sir Divish, and he'll put you in your place. So you'd better see to it that there's no thieving, and folk have jobs to do, and their wages are paid.
Of course. I'll keep a close eye on things. How do I build houses?
First, find out how much it'll cost, and whether the upkeep won't ruin you. Everything is written in the ledger. You can check it all there, or just come and see me.
Sure. How do the accounts work?
The most important thing is to know how much profit your buildings generate, and what they cost to operate. That's written on the very first page of the ledger, which will be kept at the Rat House. Whenever we erect a new building, I record it there. And you'll find all the profit generated by the village in the trunk next to the ledger.
And what if we spend more than we earn?
Then you'll have to put the amount necessary for covering the operating costs into the trunk.
I see. Probably best to have a little extra there for a rainy day then. How do operating costs work?
Those are the workers' wages, costs of material and equipment for tradesmen, and so on.
And what if I don't have enough coin?
Then production will grind to a halt. Watch out for that. Folks soon get grouchy if they're not getting paid. The amount needed each day is recorded in the accounts ledger too. So you should keep enough in the trunk to cover the wages.
And how do I pay the workers?
Don't concern yourself about that. I'll take care of it. As long as you provide the coin.
So I could put enough money there for, say, 3 days in advance?
Indeed. Simple enough, isn't it?
All right. Thanks. How can I get new people to come to the village?
Don't worry about that. Folk will gradually turn up of their own accord when there are houses for them. Each building can house a certain number of people. The bigger the house, the more inhabitants. And the more space you have for them, the more country folk will come here in search of a better livelihood.
What about tradesmen?
I can find you fairly competent ones, but if you can get really skilled artisans, it will certainly be a boon for the village income. Although it's not all that easy to get skilled people. You could ask around.
I see. Any suggestions?
You could try asking the 2 Sasau armourers for a start. They're always at each other's throats, so maybe one of them could work here. But don't forget to get a forge and armoury workshop set up for him. Otherwise you'll only be wasting his time.
Right. I'll go and have a word with them later. I must give some thought to who else would come in handy here. Thanks. How can I improve the buildings?
The process is exactly the same as for building from the ground up. We need to have enough coin, materials, and of course, something to improve. It goes without saying that there's no point in better blacksmith's equipment if you've no forge to put it in.
I can't argue with that. But why bother with improvements at all?
Because they make it possible to produce better goods that can be sold at a higher price, so we'll earn more money.
Nothing, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good God. What happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it. Good luck then.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Well, I never.
Aye.
The pig
Right
comes
there.
up willingly.
Yeah.
Watch out! Dwarf! Get over here! Hey, all of you! Gather here! Regulars! Over here!
Yeah.
Please, everyone! Quick!
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Is that... Oh! I'll slaughter you! Ah! 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 Gone weak at the knees, have...
Oh, Jesus. I could really do with some sleep.
Greetings. What business have you? Goodbye.
Greetings. What do you need? Goodbye.
God bless. What can I... God be with you.
God save. How may I help you? Good night.
Sorry to interrupt, but it sounded like you might need some help with something.
What? No, nothing. What did you hear?
That you might have hidden.
You heard wrong. There's nothing hidden anywhere. And you leave my man alone. Understand?
As you wish.
God be with you.
God bless. Can I help you?
How are you holding up?
You didn't get me a job, so why are you asking? Goodbye.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
Here's your groschen.
I followed you for a while and I didn't see you rob no one. But suit yourself. Coin is coin. I'll give you some of the groschen back, like I promised. And I've got another job for you.
What's this other job, then?
Everywhere you go here, you'll see wretches like me. Poor souls that don't have a pot to piss in and have to beg. Then take a look and rat-eye at all the gentlefolk with their noses in the air, looking out only for themselves, with not a moment's thought for the poor. Well, from one fine lady, you could get alms to feed the whole lot of us here.
Alms for everyone? That would be quite a purse. but I'll see what I can do.
That's the spirit. In return, I'll teach you something useful, and you'll get a share too, of course. God be with you.
God save you.
Are you the brawler who takes bets?
What's it to you?
I'm a Skalitz refugee, and I'd like to try my luck against you.
Hang on, I know who you are. And I'll only fight you for silver. Got it?
All right, let's fight then, if you think you can take me.
Hold your horses, laddie. First, you have to prove you're a worthy opponent for me by beating 2 other regular brawlers, Stephen and a fellow they call Ringlet.
Good luck, then.
Kettles for water.
God's bless. Goodbye.
I have it all.
God be with you.
So, are you happy with your new cook, Merchant Hagen?
Happy? It's a fucking nightmare.
Well, what's the matter? I chose her according to my best knowledge and conscience.
She certainly knows how to cook. Her food is excellent. But her stories...
Stories?
More like sermons, actually. All about the evils of Mammon, how Jesus threw the merchants out of the temple and whatnot. And it's all Father Francis this, Father Francis that. No doubt, Father Francis was a saint with infinite patience.
Well, the main thing is she knows how to cook, isn't it?
True. Her trout braised in wine with spices. Honestly fit for a king, I must admit. And she can manage all the housework. Perhaps in time she'll lose interest in preaching. I hope.
So, it seems things worked out well enough, didn't they?
Well, I asked for a cook and you sent me one, but...
Exactly. I did what you asked. So, about my reward.
Do you really think you deserve one?
Well, considering the time and effort I put into it.
I'm sorry, but I'm still not satisfied. We can talk about it later if things work out. Farewell. Farewell.
taken care of the camp.
Where's the proof?
Here it is.
Pleased to hear it. And that's not all. There's some trouble on the road to Sasau. There's most likely another camp thereabouts.
Understood. I have some, trophies.
Let's see. Bastards deserved it.
I'd like to improve my swordsmanship.
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Isn't that quite a lot? Satisfied?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost. Agreed. Now listen up.
Yeah.
Meeting face to face in this round will be...
What was that noise? Greetings, good night. How may I serve you? See you later. God save you, good night. What can I do for you? See you later.
What's up? You need some help?
Yeah.
Flour, egg, salt, yeast. Let it bake.
How come you're wearing such fine armor? Is there a joust happening? Good luck then. Take care.
Can we do something about the price?
All right, so.
Is this enough?
We're getting there. Just drop the price a bit more. All right, so.
feel quite hungry.
Bread, fresh bread, bread, rolls, buns, and pretzels for you.
Look here, Kunesh. I can't watch you wasting away here anymore. How would you like a job?
Working for you? Where?
Well, I figured you could work there as a woodcutter once we have a woodcutter's camp.
Once we have a woodcutter's camp? Are you yanking my pizzle?
Ah, all right. I'll come back later.
You do that.
That treasure of yours you sent me to get.
Did you find it?
Fresh bread.
It belongs to Baron.
Pour yourself a bit of fresh
Right.
milk to drink.
But I couldn't know that.
Well, fine.
God be with you. Good luck to you.
Let's have a word about the price.
All right, so.
What about this?
That sounds pretty interesting. A little less and I'll be satisfied.
That's a sum I can live with.
May the Lord watch over you.
Vegetables! Fresh vegetables! Look, smell! Aren't they lovely?
Rolls and pretzels.
Merciful. What am I to do? A poor wretch.
Good day.
Take care.
God be with you. See you later.
May the Lord watch over you.
Mixed goods, handy implements, and machines of every kind. Come on up and buy.
God save you, good night.
See you later.
Yeah.
Hey! What's going on there? Hey, who's there?
I want to build some.
Certainly.
We'll need woodcutters to ensure timber supplies for building.
It's impossible. Check what you need in the ledger.
I'd like to build the rat house.
It's impossible. Check what you need in the ledger.
Trade is important, and we'll have a wagon bringing goods in, so we'll build a trader's store.
It's impossible.
I'd rather not.
What?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You saved me.
You've no idea what you've done for me. God, thank you.
I didn't do that much.
You did more than anyone else here. I'm sorry, I've got no money to repay you, but I can tell you a secret. How workers like me keep up back-breaking labour day after day.
You wouldn't happen to know about a brawl that happened here not long ago? Apparently it involved 2 carpenters who were being treated here, and they were fighting with a monk?
I don't have a clue.
I just won't get any sleep.
Do you need any more help?
Knowledge of herbal remedies always comes in handy. Listen up. We have some new brothers who are meant to help me with the wounded, but not all of them know their medicinal herbs as well as I'd hope. They'll have to be taught.
I'm not much of a teacher.
I should imagine not. But you won't be doing any teaching, just helping me put together our new herbarium. I shall need all of the herbs mentioned in the old one.
That sounds easy. I'll be right back.
Don't be so sure. Some of the herbs are shy little things, prone to hiding from sight. When you've collected one of each, come back for your reward. One more thing. Bring me some old book or other. We'll scrape off the old ink to make a palimpsest, and use the blank pages for the herbarium.
An old book? Very well.
May the Lord watch over you.
You wouldn't happen to know about a brawl that 2 carpenters got into while they were being treated here? Apparently it was with a monk?
Heathens.
So it was you they fought with?
Yes, it was me. And I hope I'll never have to see those wastrels again.
They deserve to be ousted, but the debt? How are they ever going to pay it?
I really don't care. Let them live in penury. Brutes.
Isn't that a little unchristian? You wouldn't want personal spite to ruin their lives, would you?
Well, those were just idle threats, really. If they come and apologize, there's always a possibility of forgiveness.
May the Lord watch over you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Carrots that'll make you and your family happy.
I need something
Onions
for my
that'll
husband.
make you cry.
And
garlic that'll keep evil spirits at bay.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
Master Blacksmith, I've got a great offer for you.
Not now. First I've got to deal with that bastard Zack. Come to me afterwards.
I'm honored that a knight so... Good luck to you.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Can we do something about the price?
Well, we can try it.
Since it's you.
I'd almost shake on that. Almost. Aye, that'd do it.
Is something the matter?
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
Any chance of some work?
Well, come to think, there is one rather delicate matter to attend to. A while ago, a holy man came by here. He said he'd come from the Holy Land, and he was selling various relics he'd collected on his travels to pay his way.
I see.
Well, I heard he had some fragments of a sacred sword that once belonged to the fabled Czech Queen of Sheba. But by the time he reached me, he had no pieces left of the sword. All he had was some dubious wares, splinters from our Lord's cross, thorns from the crown, nothing of interest to me.
And where did the pieces of the sword go?
He sold them off to swordsmiths and blacksmiths hereabouts. They just keep them lying around at home for good luck. If I had them, I'd forge them back into a sword. Can you even imagine what power it would command? If you could get me all the pieces of the sword, I'd repay you very handsomely.
Are you sure the Queen of Sheba's a Czech queen?
Who else would she be? Have you not heard of her? Our some priest. She's in the Bible.
Uh-huh. Isn't it a bit strange that some pilgrim would have something so valuable?
Are you suggesting you might have been lying? Well, people aren't to be trusted, but this is nothing to joke about. God would smite him in a flash if he made light of holy relics that way.
What kind of power did this sword have?
What do you think? It brought its bearer good luck in combat and protection from enemies.
Where can I find the powers?
Like I said, the smith hereabouts bought them from him. They say the largest piece is with the Ratai swordsmith. The bastard probably won't want to sell. But if you manage to swipe it somehow...
I could do with a sword like that. What if you sold it to me?
Well, everything has its price. But this one would be expensive. Getting hold of the bits is one thing. Forging them back together is quite another. That tinkerer from Ratai couldn't manage it.
Well, it does sound very interesting. I'll ask them and see what I can do.
Excellent. You'll see you won't regret it. I'll pay you well.
I need a skilled swordsmith in Pribyslavitz who'll put good, strong steel in my men's hands. Are you interested?
What? Now? When I'm on the verge of forging the most powerful weapon ever seen? The Queen of Sheba's sword? No, I've no time now for anything else. God be with you. Take care now.
Mother of God! May the Lord watch over you. God save. How may I help you, good knight?
Do you know how the blacksmith does his tempering?
You'll have to ask him yourself. I help him out here and there, but I could never do his work for him.
Well, thank you.
My pleasure.
Why is the blacksmith muttering nonsense to himself? Has he been in the sun too long?
Oh, that's nothing. Just a silly little rhyme for his work, to time it right.
Oh, I see. I thought he was delirious.
No, he's like that all the time.
I've heard the local blacksmith is a warlock.
What utter rubbish!
They say he mutters spells while he's tempering to strengthen the steel.
Those aren't spells, just regular old nonsense. Honestly, what will people come up with to slander a man next?
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
They say you're the best blacksmith in the whole region. That metal you've tempered never breaks.
Ah, nothing but old wives' tales. Of course some of my pieces have broken, but only ever here, at the smithy.
No one's ever returned anything for you to rework, though, have they?
Not that I recall, but I can't remember everything.
Father was a blacksmith all my life. He always stoked up the furnace till it roared gently, and you could smell the heated iron. Then he plunged it into the water, and that was that.
Fine words, and no mistake. I do it a little differently. I heat until the metal is 2-3 shades short of bright yellow. I ease up on the bellows, and after a Lord's Prayer and a Hail Mary, off it goes into the water.
It's strange to think that I'll never help him out with it again. Our forge will stay burned out forever, unless I go back to the trade myself.
It would be a shame not to, lad. Working iron is a worthwhile thing. Godly. It makes life easier for folk. And, let's be honest, you can make a decent living doing it.
Thank you. It was good to remember how my life used to be.
Maybe you'll have the good fortune to return to your trade.
I heard you reciting something just then. What was it?
None of your bloody business. And you'd best be off if you're not here to buy.
May the Lord watch over you.
I've heard it said that you're a warlock.
What? Why the fuck would they say that?
They say when you temper steel, you chant spells, and then nothing of yours ever breaks.
Spells? That's a good one. It's no spell, just a rhyme to time myself so I don't hold the steel hair too long.
And when you quench, there's nothing special you do?
Well, that depends. I heat it up again after that, but not so it starts to glow. I just hold it like this at the edge of the furnace for a while and then quench it again.
You quench twice?
Yes, although there's less quenching needed the second time. It doesn't get quite so hot.
And how does that help?
I don't rightly know. I found out about it by chance. I got caught short, needed to piss so bad I left the rod resting by the furnace by mistake. That's how I found out if you quench twice, it doesn't break as easily. No idea why, but I've tried it enough times to know it works.
I'm looking for pieces of a sword that a pilgrim from the Holy Land was selling. Would you happen to know anything about it?
I would. Of course I would.
Well?
It's a load of tripe. Only a fool would have given that trickster a single groschen, and I'm no fool. How about you?
But if he lied about that sort of stuff, it would be a terrible sin.
Don't be so gullible, lad. That bastard never saw the Holy Land, unless it was in a fresco.
I'd like to ask you about the tempering process.
And I'd say I've nothing much to tell you. You just need an eye for it and a furnace.
Let's stop talking about tempering.
Good luck to you.
About that sword.
Farewell.
Yeah!
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'd like to throw some dice. Fancy a game?
St. George, guide my hand. One beer for me.
Here.
A tankard of ale for me.
Please bring me something to eat.
Here, just as you ordered. I'll be back in 2 shakes.
Let me have some grub, whatever's quick.
Any chance of a bite to
Got
eat?
it for you right here.
That's it. This'll be the one. Your turn.
Hey, where's my ale?
I'd like a beer. One beer.
We'll see.
Here we are.
Damn!
I'll be back in 2 shakes. Coming. Here we are.
Good neighbours. If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good.
My pleasure. I'll be right back with that.
This'll be the one. That's it. Should
Pour me
I?
one.
Shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
Pour me one.
Come on, it's time I had a throw.
Ale for me.
Come on, it's time I had a throw. One ale over here, please. We'll see. This'll be the one.
Here. Enjoy it.
Over here. I'd like to order.
That's it.
Right. I'll have to get my own ale.
No point in pushing it. Shit! do to get a drink here?
Jesus, what do I have to do to get a drink here?
Got it right here.
I am at your service, Sir Knight.
Are there any problems around here I might be able to help with?
Well, it depends what you're willing to do. There was one troublemaker around here not long ago, but we dealt with him. He was selling some relics and he claimed were miraculous, but it was nothing but worthless trinkets. The villagers sent the bloody swindler packing so fast you couldn't see his heels for dust. All the way to the Dechko, I believe. I reckon he won't last long there either. That's all I can think of.
I've heard there's a foreign knight staying here.
That Deutscher, he's gone, but he said he'll be back.
Did he give his name?
No, frankly, he wasn't the type you want to ask twice.
Why's that?
There are guests I like, and then there's those that keep me awake at night. This knight is a good payer, but he spends the whole day tweaking his whiskers and sizing everyone up for a fight. I don't have bloodshed in my establishment.
Did you see his crest?
That's just it. He arrived with a white shield, nothing on it, and the Wagners tell me that's how knights ride when they want to stay incognito.
That is very odd. And do you know where he went?
Yes, he asked me the way. Or demanded more
Take
like.
another ale for me.
Bastard scares me so much I almost forgot to ask him to pay.
But you remembered in the end, eh?
Well, business is business.
And where was it he wanted to go?
Well, he asked me about a crossroads in the woods north of Rovna. I got the impression he was looking for someone. I know the roads that way, so I advised him to try looking at the charcoal burners junction.
I see. Thank you. So just what was he doing here?
He spent most of the day sitting, drinking, and gaping at the other patrons. Now and again someone came up to him and they talked a while, but nothing much went on.
Did you know any of those people?
No, nobody familiar.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But may I ask why you're looking for him?
It's not anything you have to concern yourself with.
Ah, it's just that the gentleman looked quite formidable and quite questionable. I hate to think I'd sold him out.
I wouldn't fret about that.
Take care.
Here we are.